As usual, welcome to Tembea Study. Have you shared, liked, followed our videos? Because the stuff that we are sharing, they're just quality and amazing stuff. Anyways, before we do much, today I just need to have a chat about permanent residence for students. And I'm not only talking about any specific country here, but wherever, every country that students travel to, they travel to study. This will concern you. Go with me. You get to any country, you get to any suburban place or any city, and you arrive and you are happy and you're excited that you have just landed. That's where the problem starts. That's where the struggle starts. Because number one, you are thinking about, how will I be able to get my first job? How will I be able to attend school? Catching buses, catching trains, all those challenges. But then by the end of the day, what you need to think about is not actually the catching of buses and everything. Because, and I have to appreciate here that students travel with different intentions. Some students will just travel to study. Other students will travel to work. Other students will travel to live. If you're on a tourist visa and you're traveling just for tourist purposes, then you can't work, right? So different countries have different regulations. Some countries allow visitors visa to work, other countries don't. So I'm talking about general, all right? So if you're a student, then you land in this country and you're thinking about, now I'm here, and the course that I'm studying, my main purpose, my main goal by the end of the day will be to get this. That will be your aim of the day. Then, how do you achieve this? Now, this is the biggest mistake that most students make. If your intention is this, is not in any country, I'm talking about any country, I'm not talking about a specific country, but any first world country, and you're looking for this, and then you get to that country and you're thinking about it and you're like, now I'm here, how do I go about this? Go with me. The first instance, and most people will always advise you to live in the city. That's the first thing that people do. Why? Because of convenience. Number two, some people will tell you, get a cheap course. And number three, cheap uni or college. Maybe why? Maybe because you struggled a little bit to get to that country. So you might consider these options. And why do people think about the city? Because they believe that the city is cheaper and everything is locally available. But having lived in this country for a while, or in a first world country for a while, and done some statistics and some research, this is what I can tell you. If you want to get this permanent residence, do not only think about living in the city, but actually live where people don't like living. And this is the reason. A skilled migrant is different from a student. A skilled migrant will be invited to these countries as a permanent resident straight away. And some will be offered a job, some will be sponsored, others will get great opportunities because they are migrating as skilled migrants. Others will actually just get visas, but they won't even have jobs. But they already got this. But then, you travel to these countries as a student going to study, and you follow the same suit. So, a skilled migrant, whether they live in the city, whether they live somewhere downtown, or close to the city, they don't care because nothing affects them. But then, for a student who is actually looking for this one day, you need to think about opportunities and think about the place where they got scarcity. Think about scarcity. If I know how to write that word, but that's a word, scarcity. And in this country, or in that country that you are in, where the population is scarce, that's where the opportunity is. Why am I saying so? Let me show you why I'm saying this. If you travel to a place or a location that has scarcity of workers, you may be able to get a job easily, so you may be able to get a job, and also you'll be able to, even opportunities of sponsorship might come up. Sponsorships. Why do you think sponsorships are easier at places where we have scarcity of workers? Because they don't have enough staff. So imagine you are doing your IT course or you're doing an accounting course, and you migrate to this, regional place in any country. And then maybe an opportunity comes up and they give you a job. And maybe because you're doing your job really well, they can't let you go. Because they know to get somebody, it's difficult. So I'm giving you an example of being in a regional area, and being in an urban, or maybe in a city, urban area, right? So here, a company will really struggle to get staff. But here, a company will actually struggle to keep or to reject, let's say use the word reject, staff. So when you're migrating to a regional area, you're opening an opportunity for where companies are struggling to get staff. But if you live in an urban or in the city, there are beaches, there are good life, there is good lighting, there is good transport, there is good transport network and stuff. But then look, companies are struggling to reject staff because whenever they post a single job on whatever, the job search, whatever, handles, they get 1,000 applications for that one job because everyone is in the city. But then someone who lives in the regional area, even companies, because people don't want to live there, because citizens don't want to live there, because migrants don't want to live there, everyone wants somewhere where it's urban. So you live in the regional area, the same job opportunity, once it's posted, they only get like 10 to 100 applications. Compare this one to this one. And some of these applications, they're not even qualified. So assume with your master's in any occupation or PhD, and you're living in this area, it doesn't matter what country you're from, it doesn't matter. They will gonna take you because you've got the qualifications. And don't be surprised, you will even go up so quickly. And guess what? They will even give you maybe better pay, maybe a house, maybe depending on the place that you're moving to. There are so many opportunities for you with just that qualification. But have the same qualifications, live in the city where everyone is crowded, where they're rejecting stuff. Then 50 people are rocking up to an interview, they all got masters and PhD. The criteria and the selection possibility of your qualification will be very low. Number two, if you ask for something like sponsorship, they will say, oh, no. Why? Anyway, because even if you say no, they got so many people who are ready to work and they are already skilled migrants with permanent residency. But you are looking for the permanent residence. So, in simple terms, you want things to work out well for you to get this. This is what you need to do. Figure out a way. So you need to figure out a way to live, to do whatever, you finish your studies. If you can finish them where you are, well and good. If you have to move, you can move and transfer your uni to a regional area or a place, depending on the country that you are in. This name will be different. Some countries will call it regional, other countries will call it remote. So if there is an opportunity for your uni in these places, go there. And once you get this, then you can go back to this. But you'll be surprised, because once you get used to this, you'll never want to go to this. And that's all for me today.